French philosopher and cultural theorist Jean Baudrillard argues that we live in a world in which simulations and imitations of reality have become more real than reality itself. He calls this condition hyperreality. This term most definitely describes the World of Warcraft. From literary, cinematic to popular culture references, WoW is an arsenal of fantasy and science fiction mythology. The real players who generate even more content blend the distinctions between game life and real life. WoW is a perfect example of the postmodern theorist's concept of simulation and hyperreality. Originally titled Warcraft, Orcs and Humans, WoW had a direct connection to J.R.R. Tolkien's fantasy trilogy, The Lord of the Rings. From the mythology of the conflict between orcs and humans, plotline, and stylistic choices, World of Warcraft makes many references to the book series and film Lord of the Rings. Specifically, the Ocular in WoW bears a striking resemblance to the Eye of Sauron. Similarly, the Lich King in WoW looks almost identical to the menacing Witch King of Angmar from Lord of the Rings. WoW uses bits and pieces from almost every fantasy and science fiction movie and video game, one example being the chess battle in Harry Potter replicated in the game. Historical references to warfare exist in every realm of World of Warcraft. In particular, there are many references to World War I, a war which is recognized by the blending of old war tactics and fast-growing technological warfare, which caused massive devastation. Transportation in Azeroth is by a Zeppelin. In the game, goblins warn players that smoking is not allowed on board. Since World War I and the Hindenburg air disaster in 1937, the image of a Zeppelin has been used to signify progress gone wrong. Similarly, gnomes are a part of the Alliance ride biplanes, which look like World War I U.S. bombers. However, Gnomerigon is full of irradiated monsters, and the planes are locked away because their society progressed too quickly, a frequently used science fiction concept of technology run amok. Architecture in World of Warcraft also uses historical and cultural references to signify certain meanings to different societies. Human realms such as Northrend use idyllic landscapes and quaint functional housing, whereas in Azeroth, structures are much more abstract and the function of the building is not easy to decipher. These design decisions visually inform the player of the mythology behind the game. In 2012, the expansion of World of Warcraft, Cataclysm, the new type of transportation offered was a magic carpet, an obvious reference to the Disney movie Aladdin, which inspired this fan-made video.
Storms and thunder on a magic carpet ride, a whole new world.
This fan's excitement for Cataclysm brings attention to WoW's use of popular culture. In WoW's latest expansion, The Mists of Pandaria, Blizzard is releasing a new species and a new class. The Pandarian are panda humanoids, and the new class are monks. While the architecture and culture references are clearly Asian-inspired, many fans have recognized the similarity between the new species and DreamWorks' very popular movie Kung Fu Panda. In one of the first events to affect entire servers, the corrupted blood plague was a communicable, virtual disease that began in one area and spread throughout the entire game. Hunter pets and warlock minions increased the spread of the disease. The plague so closely resembled an outbreak of a real-world epidemic that scientists are currently looking at MMORPGs that can model human behavior during outbreaks. From funerals, weddings, and other social gatherings, the distinctions between real life and game life are almost invisible to many avid players. World of Warcraft makes a person question the importance of the thousands of references made, but more importantly, it questions the distinction between what is real and what is not, a symptom of the modern art condition.